Alright, what I got here is a 1975 Cygnet travel trailer that I picked up with my wife. We drove a good distance to get it because we thought we were getting a good deal for the price that we bought it for. And as I'm pulling it apart, I'm finding out that maybe it wasn't such a great deal. I'm not sure. Well, I'm not willing to say that, I was ripped off. And I think the people who sold it to us were pretty genuine and they didn't know about the water damage that had occurred in especially the rear of this trailer. Now you can see that there's a piece right here that's completely missing. All this stuff, let me get my knife. All this stuff is just mush. It's pointless, it doesn't do anything. So some of the stuff at the bottom, it's still pretty soft, not completely mushy. And when I pulled these panels off, there was a bit of moisture leaking down, so I imagine it was this window. And everything had been previously sealed. Not too well. It was the typical, DIY sort of half-assed handyman fix. So the original plan was this was the siding right here. Just, I think MDF paneling? No, it was actual thin plywood paneling, maybe 1/8 inch or so. What we were going to do is I was going to pull out the cabinet unit. I was going to rebuild this. There's a shelf here, a spare bed with the master. I was going to yank all that out, redo the floors. You can see I've got this vinyl wood looking flooring here. So I was going to lay that down, repaint, and, get something nice looking out of it. But as I was pulling up the 2.5 layers of previous flooring that they had, I discovered this. Now, it's apparent that there was water damage at some point. However, it does seem pretty solid. It looks stained, but you go where there's no water damage. Pretty solid. And yeah, it still seems pretty good. I'm debating whether or not to pull it up. I probably will anyways, just so I know. It'd be a shame to, complete the trailer, put down the floors, all that stuff, just to realize that the floor is rotting out. So I may just go ahead and do that. But anyways, I was ripping up the floor, and a part of this paneling gave way. And I noticed that one of these beams had come along with it. Yeah, you can see. There you go. So that can't be ignored. So I'm going to have to go ahead and rebuild that. Now I went up to the side here, and the wood right on the side seems to be good. So I'm not going to have to do that. But I'm going to go ahead and pull all the paneling. I'm going to gut this thing like right down to bare bones and see exactly what the problem is. The skylight here. See, the wood's a little stained. I don't know if you can see that, but it's not completely mushy. I'll probably replace that anyways. Just so you can see here. I think this is the original floor from 1979. Just this shitty linoleum. And then this stuff with it's an adhesive backing that they'd stuck over that. Now what I meant by 2.5 layers of flooring was they had some carpet over the main area here. So then of course over the original paneling, they put this adhesive stuff all over the place and more different adhesive here. This looks as though it's been done as well. Yeah. So probably going to keep the ice box. Looks like an aftermarket Coleman stove. Seems to be in relatively good shape. So, once that goes back in with the new counter, I'll polish it up. Same thing with the sink. I don't believe that's factory. So this was going to be a light reno, and I don't know whether this is a restoration or a rebuild. I don't know what to call it, but it's going to. I'm just going to call it a full reno. And then I've noticed a lot of people. Well, I shouldn't say a lot of people. Some people tend to pull the insides out and then replace some of these, structural beams. Some people do it from the inside. Some people do it from the out. I just figured I'll start from the inside just because I know that there has been a bit of water damage that has seeped in. So I'll fix that. But the problem is, you can see how the metal screws attach the skin to the wood. That just doesn't exist anymore. So once I rebuild all this, I'm probably going to have to go out, pull all the skin off, and then re-secure it properly. So I mean, it's turned in from what we foolishly thought would be relatively quick and easy to a complete rebuild. So I guess that's it for now, and I just want to document this whole process, especially since this happened, and we'll go from here and see what happens. All right, just one more thing before we wrap it up for this particular video. After seeing and talking about the back, I pulled off, I just did this, as you can see from the mess. I pulled off all the side on the left side of the trailer, and it's all good solid wood still, which is promising. There's a few things I'll need to repair, like this. That's supposed to be placed in more. Not a big deal. I mean, that's all easy stuff. All the wood's been, the paneling was glued and nailed on. So it's going to take some time to sand that. Again, least my concerns. But what really got me thinking and anxious was after seeing the back, really wanted to know what the front looked like. Because, as you know, when you're driving, if it's raining, all the wind and water is hitting that. So pulled off the corner, and you can see there is some moisture. Not a terribly big surprise, but I just wanted to know. The wood here seems to be pretty good. I don't know if you can see in there too well, but I mean, the wood doesn't look rotten, but it does start to get spongy down here. Now, it's not as far gone as the back, but it has to be addressed. You can't just you can't leave this. So I'm going to continue on with the complete gut, and take a trip down to Home Depot within the next couple days and pick up as many 1x2s as I can, and start repairing the skeleton of this thing and see where that gets me. And I'm starting to lean more towards pulling up the floor, just seeing once the countertop and all that is pulled out and the bed. I mean, this thing's just got to be a shell. So yeah, if you're looking, the whole reason for me doing this is because I was looking online. There is a bit of information on people doing it, but I didn't find too many good videos of people going through the process of gutting and rebuilding. There's a few out there, but hopefully I can make something that I wanted to see, and hopefully that's something that you're looking for as well. All right, well, till next time.